Hey everybody, it's Mike Sparks. Welcome back to Coach's Corner East. I'm at the Galleon Pizza Hut on this Wednesday, the 19th of January. And our show is brought to you in part by Don Barr and Associates at Galleon Building and Loan Bank, Matt Studer at Spitzer Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram and Kia, 1 mile east of the Richland Mall, Mark Osborne and Associates at E-Crane International, serving worldwide markets from the Galleon Industrial Park. It's the Colonel Crawford portion of tonight's show, and it's head girls basketball coach Kyle Fenner joining me tonight. And no girls tonight because they're not practicing, but they're at a game.
No, we practiced earlier and did some film on Seneca East and kind of set the game plan, and then they were heading to Cary.
Heading to Cary because their boys are playing Cary tonight. Should be a great game. Currently 7-8 overall, 3-7 in the Northern 10 Conference, averaging about 40 points a game, giving up just about 41, so pretty even. And it's been a little while, or you've played a lot of games since the last time you were here officially.
Right.
And way back on Tuesday the 4th, beat Western Reserve handily, 44-18. Western's normally had a pretty good basketball team. They just down a little bit right now. Not to discredit what your team did.
No, I tell you what, they've got a pretty good record. I think that they were when I looked, they are I don't know, 9-5 and 7-2 in the Firelands Conference.
Okay.
So. Yeah, they came over to our place that night. It was a good win for us. We shot the ball pretty well, caused some havoc in the full court and pressured them and got some easy baskets. So yeah, that was a good game over a pretty good Western Reserve team.
Yeah, for sure. And then the following Friday, you lost to Upper Sandusky, a close game, low-scoring game, 33-22. Just a tough shooting night.
Yeah, it seemed like it. We certainly didn't shoot it very well. They made a few more shots than we did. Jenna Kurtz for Upper Sandusky was really big. I think she hit 3 threes and took us down low on the block. She's a great player that can go inside out. And I don't know, we just couldn't get things to go. We had shots, and it was just a bad night in Upper.
Mm-hmm. And then Tuesday the 11th, you take on Buckeye Central, and they're just hitting on all cylinders, and they defeated you 65-35. They shot 12 of 16 in the first half, and they shut you out in the second quarter to get a really nice lead. And of course, as most people who know about basketball, girls basketball, and Buckeye Central know that potential four-time All-Stater Claudia Pfeiffer is back, and it's just made them really strong, hasn't it?
Well, that was her first night back.
Oh, okay.
When we played them, that was her first night back, and I don't know. I don't think she missed in the first half. I felt like everything she put up, it went in, and she had a great night. And it's just not her. You've got the Cecils and Evac and Worm and all those girls around her. So we did some good things. We played pretty evenly in the second half, and I thought we were pretty physical with them. And we approached it like we're going in here. We're going to play hard. We're going to be physical and improve for the rest of the season.
Yeah, for sure. Actually, Claudia outscored your team in the first half, 17-11.
Yeah.
So you're right.
I knew, and I thought at times, for the most part, we had a hand in her face, and it just seemed like everything she shot went in.
So being off that long, I'm sure she was doing workouts from getting her legs back
Right.
and things like that. But and it was her offhand that she broke. You didn't really see any lapses compared to what
No, I
you've
saw
seen.
nothing.
Really?
No, she stepped right in and she started and she just picked up where she left off last year. And she scored probably in every way. She hit a couple threes. She put the ball on the floor and attacked. She's just a smart basketball player. She's got great skills.
With your team being really young, did you sense any sort of, and maybe this isn't the right word to use, but I'm going to use it anyways, intimidation? Like maybe they were intimidated a little bit, especially since she was back, or did you not get that feeling at all?
No, I didn't really get the feeling that we were intimidated. We were a little bit, when they were hitting all those shots to start the game, it was a little bit, deflating.
Yeah.
Because I thought at times we played pretty good defense on them, and, you just got to tip your hat to them. They just made shots over the top of us.
Sure.
And, so maybe we were a little bit shell-shocked when all that went on, but, we went in the locker room, kind of regrouped and came out and had a better second half, caused some turnovers, and, we would just take it and move on and try and learn from it.
Kaylin Reisner had 17 points, Mallory Plezak with 9, and Allison Weithman with 3. And you had commented to the Telegraph Forum, when you have kids that can score in multiple ways, it's tough to defend. It's kind of a pick your poison, isn't it?
It is. You get up into, not only Pfeiffer, but both Cecils and, Worm and those guys. you can get up into them, but they can also put the ball on the floor and go around you. And if you don't get up there, then they're going to shoot the three. So, you know, I tell those girls that they're scorers. They're just not shooters. They're scorers. They can score in multiple ways.
Yeah, for sure. Take a break here before we come back and talk some more Colonel Crawford Lady Eagle basketball. We're brought to you in part by Steve and Chuck Keller Auto Parts, your Napa dealer, Uptown Gallion and Crestline. Marie Mounts at the Platinum Insurance Agency, your progressive agent. 131 Harding Way East, Uptown Gallion. Joe Klein and Associates at the Gallion office of First Federal Bank of Ohio. Last Saturday, you go over to Kish Gymnasium and take on a Bucyrus team that's getting better. But you prevailed and you win 45-35. Kaylin Reisner had 18 points. Maybe her confidence level was there because she did the weather the night before on phone.
Yes, I'm sure that was it.
Yeah,
I'm sure that's exactly it.
But she had 14 in the first half, got off to a really nice start. What was it that allowed her to get those points and get off to a nice start? Was it just a confidence thing, or was she just getting open looks?
Well, she just Kaylin. Kaylin was Kaylin. She's worked hard in the off season, and she's got some offensive skills too. And we got some steals off of our pressure, and she got some layups, and she hit a 15-foot jump shot off of that. But she hit a couple of threes too against their zone press, and she kind of carried us in the first half. Which was a good thing too. We had some kids, get started in the second half.
Led 12-6 after the first quarter, 21-14 at half, and sometimes the Lady Redmen were their own worst enemies, and part of that is because of what you did. You turned them over 23 times, and that's been a kind of a plague for them. But Bucyrus dropped into a 2-3 zone and gave you a little bit of the fit, didn't it?
It did. It did. They play that 2-3 zone. They're aggressive with it. And, sometimes we get happy just passing the ball around the perimeter and taking threes. And I thought we did a little bit better job in the second half of trying to attack it and looking to kick it back out.
Lene McKibben, 12 points.
Right.
Did that surprise you, or did you know she had that in her all the time and it just needed the right atmosphere to be able to do that?
No, Lene's worked hard this year and in the offseason on her offensive skills. And, she opened the game with a three, which will build your confidence real quick right there. She's got that ability. She's got a rebound bucket, and she hit some free throws in the second half. So, she's just a hard worker. And not really, that didn't really shock me.
Allison Weithman with 8 points, Mallory Plesac with 7 to kind of round it out. And then last night you get a home win, an overtime win over Cary, 46-42, a team that you lost to by 10 back on the 10th of December, 48-38. And it's always nice to get a win. It's nice to get a win at home, and it's nice to beat somebody that you lost to the first time around. How did this game really differ from the first time that you played them?
Well, I tell you what, the first time when we went to Cary, you talk to our girls, but we let them bully us all over the floor that night, and they pushed us around, and we weren't very physical, and we got destroyed on the glass up there. And going into the game last night, that was the number one thing we had to get fixed, is that we were not going to get bullied. We were going to box out and rebound with them. They've got some really strong physical girls, and we were a lot better that way. I'm not exactly sure what the boards did come up, but we did control them a lot better. Addie Stewart, their shooter, got off on us a little bit at Cary. We controlled her last night. Renee McKibben did a great job on her. So I would say that the number one thing we did last night was we fought back and were a lot more physical and controlled the glass a little bit better.
So I'm sure the message to the girls was, we're not going to allow this to happen again.
No, that's exactly what it was, and we talked long and hard about it on Monday night, is that we've got to box out and be physical and not get bullied.
In a situation like that where you have that previous game on film, do you go back and show that to them? I mean, I'm sure you look at it in preparation, but do you go back and say, look, this is what happened here, and we can't allow this to happen again?
Yeah, I mean, the nice thing with our huddle program is that you can go in and you can look at certain things, and we went back in. I think we gave up 12 or 13 offensive rebounds to them in Cary, and we went back Monday night and we played each of those, and we looked at it. And it was a matter of just, we weren't going back and boxing out. Our guards weren't going back. Our first step would be to the basket instead of going back to the person and boxing out. Yeah. And we go back and look at exactly what we didn't do. I think we looked at our turnovers too in that game.
Oh, how things have changed from
yes.
reel to VHS to on the computer now. It's a wonderful.
Tape doesn't lie.
That is true. That is exactly right. I'm glad you brought that up. One more break here before we wrap up with Coach Kyle Fenner of the Colonel Crawford Lady Eagles. The show is brought to you in part by the Burkhart family at the Burkhart Farm Center, your Case IH dealer, straight west of Gallion on the Manette, New Winchester Road. Mike Kleinite at Ag Credit Residential Lending, Bucyrus, Mount Gilead, and Marion, and sweet baby Ray Jones, Davy's little brother at Ohio Door and Sash, 120 South Street in Gallion. I didn't see the final, but I trust JVs are still rolling along.
They are.
pretty
They're
well.
still undefeated.
Good.
I think they won by about, I think it was about 10, 12 points last night.
Mm-hmm. And Coach Dawson's got them in a really nice spot.
He does have them in a really nice spot.
Yeah, and those girls that are playing a few quarters or most of the quarters at JV, are they getting some at varsity or not so much?
Yeah, there's a few of them. Gabby Roston usually plays a couple quarters down in the JV and then comes up and gets 3 or 4 quarters with us. And last night, Cece Chase, she's been playing mostly JV, but our big people last night kind of a little bit of foul trouble. One of them got hit in the mouth and said, "CC, you're up." And I'll tell you what, she went in last night and played really well.
She didn't look around and say, well, me?
Well, a little bit at first, but and I'd warned her, before the game, this is what we might do, and she went in and she got a good amount of rebounds last night.
So you were happy with her performance?
Oh yeah, she was big for us last night.
Very good. Now coming up, let's see, what do you have next? You got Seneca East on the road on Friday. A team that's 13-2 overall, 8-1 in the Northern 10 Conference. A team that beat you by 12 back on the 18th. And what has changed really for them?
Not a whole big bunch. Okay. I mean, they've got 5 really good seniors that start and are really good. They bring a couple kids off the bench, but those seniors are just playing really well. It's their last time, so we've got a work cut out for us. But we're going to approach it. We're going to go over there and battle and be physical and get better.
Do the girls like playing up there? I mean, it's a relatively new gym. Do they enjoy it up there?
Yeah, it's a nice school, nice facilities. So yeah, I think that they enjoy it. Now, would we rather be playing at home? Sure, we would. But it's a very nice facilities, and they treat us well there.
Yeah. And then quick turnaround. Monday night, you have a non-league game with Mount Gilead at home. What do you know about that?
You know what? I don't know a whole lot. I just had some film come in today. I got their roster today, looked at it a little bit, but probably here maybe on Friday afternoon, Friday morning, I'll start looking at that. And on Saturday, I think we'll get a chance to scout them.
Okay. And then not to get too far ahead, but you got Winford on the horizon at their place on the 28th, a team that's playing really well right now and kind of on a string of runs, and you go over there and play them, a team that you only lost to by 1 the first time around.
Right.
I'm sure that's going to be a get-back kind of game, right, for your girls?
It will be. It will be. Our girls will be ready. Their girls will be ready. There's the Winford-Crawford rivalry, and it's a Friday night game. I think it's going to be on TV, so it'll be exciting atmosphere for the girls.
Very good. Well, thanks for coming out. As I told Coach Rush, it's only a couple left here as the season starts to wind down, and I think it's going to be, February 2nd and 16th, I think will probably be it for the year, but we'll keep going down the road and see how improvement goes, and I just appreciate you coming out.
All right, thanks for having us.
Thank you. We're going to take a break. It'll be the Crestline Lady Bulldogs up right after this timeout.